In an interesting change of events, we have even more back-end changes to Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online that we need to discuss. Just like a couple weeks ago where we observed lots of changes to Steam database that basically showed us Rockstar is making an effort to split RDO from RDR2 and separate those two games at a fundamental level. Now why is that? We cannot say with absolute certainty, as Rockstar has not said anything in an official capacity about it, but it is likely so that new expansions and updates to RDO and GTAO will not affect their single-player counterparts. And when the GTA Online Standalone Edition releases in March with Expanded and Enhanced, RDO is clearly following suit with that, but today we have seen even more news on this topic. The QA beta branches that we follow to observe game changes and basically gauge at what point an update will release have been completely flipped upside down and on their head. Now let's jump in and talk about what really changed in regards to Red Dead Online just moments ago. So if you enjoyed this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you want to stay up to date and in the loop with everything Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Online, and Rockstar games, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. So yes, today we have some new intel on Red Dead Online and Red Dead Redemption 2 development depots and some new changes that occurred to them. And this is definitely not a typical change. In fact, it's totally different than any other changes we have ever seen to this. McDizzle Gaming brought this to my attention earlier and he said, so there were changes to QA Beta 2 and 3 this morning for RDR2. Now both branches don't appear in the Steam database, and there is now a QA Live that seems to replace QA Beta 2 and QA Beta 3 on SteamDB for both GTA and Red Dead Redemption. And reputable Rockstar Games insider and enthusiast TezFun2 has even more information to share with us in regards to these never-before-seen changes, and he says the following. Apparently, all the titles on Rockstar Games Launcher now are synced with the new Rockstar Games Launcher and Social Club Steam app. This app just received a new depot called QA Live, and Rockstar abandoned QA Beta 2 and 3 depots. QA Beta 3, the main dev branch receiving weekly updates for GTA 5, became QA Beta now, and I guess QA Beta 2, the branch that's updated before something hits public servers, is now called QA Live, which makes more sense. So what's interesting is just we are seeing a complete overhaul to the typical QA beta branches that we've seen for both GTA and Red Dead, where we can observe new changes for new updates to the games, and Spider Vice adds on to this by saying yes, it looks like they're doing the same spring cleaning to their build submission process. I do suppose QA Live makes a lot more sense for a build that's about to be sent quote-unquote live, aka released to the public, and some of the branches on some of the games were super old and probably not necessary to be on Steam anymore, as they have their own internal version control anyway. Kind of odd how the Rockstar Games Launcher app received those branch updates too, but I guess their Steamworks upload, submission, and script and tools could be reused across all projects. If anyone's curious to do a deep dive on how it all works in the Steam backend with those updates, depots, etc., there's some nice, albeit highly technical reads from their official partner documentation, which is open. Submitting builds to Steam for most devs is part of their wider build process, so the game gets built in each of its flavors and configurations, where you have release, debug, bank release, any other custom changes. Then certain of those configurations and flavors are uploaded over to specific Steam branches, and it's a whole entire workflow. And hey, after all, that's why build engineers, build tools programmers use, and so on to exist as well. So a bunch of highly technical info and terms here, but Tez goes on to say yes, are they planning to feature their launcher on Steam or something, and have the Steam apps of all titles on the launcher synced with the new Rockstar Games Launcher and Social Club app? That would be interesting, as that means like right now I can add my Rockstar Games Launcher as a game to Steam. But potentially what this would mean as well is that would officially happen, and you don't need to do that as a Steam user. You can have the new Rockstar Games Launcher or even the Social Club app in Steam itself as an official supported title or game or program, right? It doesn't need to be something manual that you need to do on your end, but we have some key takeaways of what these changes are here. The big thing here is that there is no QA Beta 2 or QA Beta 3 branch, and specifically with QA Beta 2, that's the branch we look out for with DLC before a major update, because around 20 to 40 days out, usually at around the 30-day mark on average, is when we can observe changes to that branch. And then we know the final build of an expansion to Red Dead Online is imminent and coming, and if and when that happens again, QA Beta Live will be the location that we can observe that for Red Dead Online's sake. Now, this isn't a direct confirmation of an expansion that's coming soon. In fact, I don't think one is coming quote-unquote soon. Rockstar did confirm in their February event newswire for the update that we have more months ahead of these monthly events, you know, smaller weekly changes, but the bonuses and discounts will only be changing monthly. So this does let me know about is that I do not think work with Red Dead Online is done, and let me explain why. Recently, we've seen a few back-end changes for Red Dead Online and Red Dead Redemption 2 where Rockstar is planning to fundamentally split the two games apart to where one can receive updates without affecting the other, and I'm talking about online and story mode. And this is most likely because the GTA Online Standalone Edition is releasing with GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced in March, and now Rockstar is doing the same cleaning to keep their newest title, which is Red Dead, up to speed as well with that. But that would be pointless and a complete waste of time and resources for Rockstar if they truly did not have any more plans to bring more meaningful patches or DLCs to Red Dead. They've been running the game this way for several years, and so even if they plan to come out with another patch or two for stability for Red Dead or RDO Online, or whatever the case is while they sunset that game, they wouldn't need to make these changes because they did just fine without them until now. But now that they're making these changes to the back end, it really solidifies to me that work on this game is not done. And I am definitely not saying set any sort of expectations here, but what I am saying is that if you have worries about what's happening for this game, what's coming next, and the future of Red Dead Online, I personally do not see this being bad news. In fact, quite the opposite actually. Now, just continue to play your other favorite games, chill out, enjoy the spring as we get into warmer weather here and all that. And before long, we may hear news on a Red Dead Online expansion later this spring after GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced is out of the way, and Rockstar shifts prioritization back to GTA Online and Red Dead Online updates rather than new game development. Of course, Rockstar did confirm a couple weeks ago that a new entry in the Grand Theft Auto series is underway as well, and while development I'm sure has picked up priority on that too, GTA Expanded and Enhanced is the biggest reason why no work is being done to Red Dead Online right now. All the employees that have worked on RDO are being pulled to the GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced project, either to work on UI or whatever the case may be, because rumor has it now GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced is going to feature a lot of the same UI elements that Red Dead Online has. Obviously not in the exact same format, but very similar, and they're bringing those employees over, and maybe soon to go back to Red Dead Online. As basically right now, Tez thinks the reason Red Dead isn't getting any updates is just a deprioritization thing, which of course that's pretty obvious as GTA Online and GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced have not released yet. But I think with all that said, that's all the time we have for today, and we'll be wrapping things up right here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I would love to know down in the comments what you think about all this news and intel. While it doesn't show anything super specific in terms of what's coming next to RDO, it never does. But what do you think? Do you find this pleasant or bad news for the game? Hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. You can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links can be found in the description down below. That being said, thank you all so much for watching, everyone. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.